Do dragons soar through the sky, and are unicorns just a figment of our imagination? For centuries, tales of mysterious creatures have been fascinating humankind, but could some of these mythical beings have actually existed at one time or another in our world's history? In this video, we dive deep into 10 legendary creatures, from mermaids to dragons, and the possibilities that they could have once roamed the earth. Discover about these impossible-sounding characters, and decide for yourself if these stories might be rooted in truth. Let us begin our countdown. On number 10 we have Centaurs. Centaurs are legendary creatures, half human and half horse, which might have been spotted in the past. Rumors of these creatures have been swirling for ages, stories of brave warriors who attack with bow and arrow while swiftly galloping away atop an equine body. According to Greek mythology, centaurs were thought to be wild and untamable creatures, but if they actually existed they would be no less gentle than any regular horse. After all, their human part accounts for intelligence and personality traits. As we continue our search for mythical creatures, perhaps one day we will discover whether these half-human half-horses really exist or not. Until then, tales of centaurs and other magical creatures remain shrouded in mystery. At number 9 we have the Loch Ness Monster. Would it be the greatest discovery of our time if we find out that the myth of the Loch Ness Monster was true? The famous creature said to inhabit the depths of Scotland's largest body of water and have eluded scientists for years has become a great source of both imaginative legend and debate. Scientists may not be able to find proof of its existence, but perhaps instead we should focus on the fascinating stories being told around fires and campgrounds all over the world about this amazing beast. We may never know if it was real or just a figment of our imaginations, but one thing is for sure, this mysterious creature will continue to inspire us for generations to come. On 8th, we have goblins. If goblins were real, they would be a truly imaginative part of our world. They would sleep during the day and come out at night to stir up some mischief. I'm sure we'd soon develop friendly relations with them so that humans and goblins could coexist peacefully, but on the other hand, if goblins weren't quite so friendly-minded, one could only hope that the brave adventurers of the world would prove capable of defending us against any unrest goblin activity. Whether they exist or not, it's nice to think about what it would be like to have such creatures in our midst. It certainly adds spice to life. At number 7, we have unicorns. These legendary mystical beasts of fantasy lore and innocent dreams seem almost too wonderful to exist, but if these magical creatures were actually real and around today, just imagine what it would be like. Everyday existence would be far more exciting, with even the mundane tasks filled with a certain sparkle that could only come from the presence of an enigmatic unicorn. There would certainly never be a dull moment for those blessed enough to catch a glimpse of one. Of course, part of the charm of believing in unicorns is the idea that they are elusive, although having them around might diminish that mystique slightly. Maybe they would be so majestic that their sheer presence alone would still make us reverential. On number 6 we have the Basilisk. People have been fascinated by mythical creatures ever since the days of Greek and Roman legends. One such creature is the Basilisk, said to have the power to cause death just by staring into your soul with its petrifying gaze. Although there is much lore surrounding these supposedly real monsters, the fact remains that there is no scientific evidence of their existence. But what if they were? Considering its supposed abilities, a real basilisk would be truly a fearsome sight, one that would likely send us running far in the other direction. Still, it's amazing to consider how beloved these beasts remain even today, and how art and film take great liberties in portraying them for our entertainment. The truth may never be known as to whether or not basilisks roam our world with us, but one thing we know for sure, they will continue to thrill, terrify, and fascinate us for all time. 5th position is taken by mermaids. It almost feels as if mermaids have been swimming around in human imaginations since time immemorial. They seem to hold an almost mythical sort of mystique, appearing deep in our dreams and in romanticized stories. It's easy to see why we have been mesmerized by their immense pull, but if only they were real, imagine the possibilities. Perhaps these mysterious creatures would grant us access to the vast depths of our oceans and teach us their secrets. How beautiful it would be to venture beneath the waves, discovering never-before-seen wonders. Our imagination can only take us so far. What a mystical reality it would be if we could find ourselves face to face with one of these enchanting siren-like creatures. At the fourth spot we have the Kraken. It's not hard to imagine a world where Kraken really existed. These are legendary creatures of the deep that could turn sailors' journeys from tranquil to tortuous. For centuries, stories have been told of enormous sea monsters believed to be lurking in the ocean depths, often blamed for inexplicable shipwrecks and acts of their fury. If Kraken were real, and many believe they might still be, hidden under uncountable layers of icy water, it would certainly explain a few unavoidable mysteries, while keeping us all extra cautious around open waters. Of course, if you take solace in hoping that such magnificent giants are out there somewhere in our oceans, it's always wise to remember never to forget the most important rule, which is never push your luck with terrifyingly powerful symbols of the sea. On third position, we have Dibbuk. Legends say that a Dibbuk is an unholy spirit, the malicious disembodied soul of someone who has died a wrongful or unnatural death. Whether this creature is real or not, it serves as a warning to those who weave a bad web in life. You cannot escape justice, even in death. Stories of these fortuitous beings are prevalent and numerous in various cultural traditions. Some report that they act as an agent of divine justice, while others tell tales filled with fear and terror, but all agree a Dibbuk seeks revenge upon the living for past deeds. So if you are considering any questionable activities, beware, the universe has ways of teaching its lessons that you may not expect. At the second spot, we have Phoenix. Imagine a powerful bird, rising from the ashes and soaring majestically in the sky. That is what we imagine when we think of a phoenix, an immortal creature with fiery wings that is often featured in folklore, literature, and popular culture. But what if phoenixes were real? Truly existing as a real creature has certainly been discussed. After all, it does have quite a lot of representation. On the one hand, there would be so much to admire about such an awe-inspiring creature. As well, it could bring many new opportunities for study and research on how such a species evolved and how its power functions. On the other hand, we would want to ensure that any interactions humans had with them would respect their habitat, behavior, and natural life cycle so that they fly majestically through our world without disruption. The possibility of real phoenixes is quite tantalizing. There could be much beauty made visible in our world, should this mythological beast prove to be real. At the top spot, we have dragons. Dragons have become a staple of fantasy literature and films, but what if they were real? If such magnificent creatures really did soar through the sky with their majestic wings, much of our world would be quite different. Instead of treading roads by cars and planes, we'd ride dragons to traverse across the land, and wars wouldn't bear the same carnage. Nighttime could be a source of comfort rather than fear, as we have a friendly guardian watching over us, maybe even one that could breathe fire if needed. Of course, how dragonkind would interact with humans is still unclear, but I can imagine waking up every morning and seeing an amazing view from atop a dragon's back. So those are the top 10 mythical creatures which might have been spotted in reality. Though most mythical creatures are just figments of our imagination, it's fascinating to think about the ones that might have been based in reality. What other mythical creatures do you think might have once roamed the earth? It's amazing what the natural world has to offer, and how much we still have left to discover. Who knows what else might be out there? Thanks for watching all of you, and please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed the video. I upload new videos every week. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and thank you for your support.